Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of 12 days of Runmas. I did on day 1 and I rummaged through my Santa's hat and pulled out my miles for today. I'm happy to report I pulled out 6 miles this morning. I was actually quite happy with that, to be fair. I kept telling myself I'll be happy with 6 miles or less on this challenge, but you know, top end of the happy, you know, I'll take it. After those 12 miles on day 1, 6 miles doesn't actually feel that bad, so maybe those 12 miles in the beginning was a blessing. For day 2, I am going to be talking about another thing that stopped me from running, and that was creating habits. I'm going to be talking about how underrated creating a habit really is when it comes to this workout, exercise, weight loss, malarkey. But today, this morning, I did actually start the video in another area, but it was just so busy. The audio was terrible. All you could hear was cars the whole time. So I am about 2 miles in already to this 6-mile run. It's absolutely freezing and I needed to warm up, and now I'm really hot. So I'm gonna head off and I'm gonna get the rest of these 4 miles done. I feel surprisingly good, to be fair, after those 12 miles, which is a bit of a shock. So get those trainers on. We'll get day 2 of 12 days of Runmas going. I've had a few people message me asking me how they can join in on this challenge, and I've come up with a couple of ways. First way, I mean, you could just watch the videos. Technically you're joining in, you are running with me. Second way, you could run the distances that I pull out. So day 1, 12 miles, day 2, 6 miles. You could do it any day. It doesn't have to be consecutive days. Or third way, you could do it in kilometres. If you're not running such long distances at the moment, like 12, 11, 10 miles, you could do 1 kilometre to 12 kilometres, run whatever I pull out in kilometres. Or get your own Santa's hat and put whatever you want in it, pull it out and complete that every day. If you do take part in your own 12 days of Runmas, please upload it onto Instagram and hashtag 12 days of Runmas so I can come and find you and I can cheer you on. Let's go, my arm is tired talking to you guys. So the very first thing I want to talk about when it comes to creating habits is how on earth did I expect myself to go from absolute zero at 230 pounds to any form of exercise multiple times a week with about 1 or 2 rest days? How? Why did I think that was possible? I hadn't built the habit. I hadn't turned up to a workout and got into the routine. It's not even about getting a routine in place. I feel like that's relatively easy to create a routine, but it's forming that ingrained habit, the not think about it, you just get on and do it, that I needed to do. What I'm saying is practice turning up, practice getting your workout kit on. I know it sounds silly, but I went from pure comfort, wear what fits, to forcing on those running leggings, getting used to seeing myself in that form, have it not be a novelty anymore. So going from that shift of no exercise whatsoever to forcing myself to get up and get going 5 to 6 times a week. Well, it's all the ingredients for failure, isn't it, really? And that's exactly what would have happened if I didn't realise that I needed to practice turning up. Now, even if you finish work, get your workout gear on, drive all the way to the gym, even if you do 10 minutes on a treadmill, on a bike, you've still turned up, you've still achieved something and you've practiced it, which means the next time the turning up bit won't be so difficult. Therefore, the challenge of turning up or the challenge of starting won't be a challenge. may have made a mistake with all the layers. I am boiling. And yes, I am winter on top and summer on the bottom. I never really understood people who did that until I started running. Now I get it. Continuing on with my building habits. In the beginning, I was just so used to comfort. My comfort zone was my security blanket, and my comfort zone was my me time. 4 miles. What I didn't do in the beginning was create a connection between exercise and self-care. My comfort was my self-care. So for example, my evenings in front of the telly or long soaks in the bath was my self-care after a long day. Now I was a stay-at-home mum who'd just been posted away from all of her family because I married a soldier. He wasn't around, always away. New mum, new home, new everything, and I was on my own. So my self-care was comfort because everything was just so stressful. But once I made the connection between exercise and self-care, it was a game changer. My evenings were still having a bath, obviously, but my evenings were different and a lot more active. I've changed it and strengthened that connection so much that when my husband is around, instead of planning a date night, I plan to run with him, and we get excited to plan and book races and work out together. Now, from where I started from, that would have felt impossible, totally impossible. It took me a long time, but that connection was done, strengthened, and now I'm flying. So if it feels impossible to you, hey, running and exercise is going to change your life. Right, 5 miles roughly done, and oh, that's bright. 1 minute, let me find somewhere to film. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to habits is I needed to shift the idea that my evenings were the only time I had to rest, and switch that to my evenings are my only time to work out, because they really were. With a young child in the house, I mean, if you've had a baby, you know what it's like. Regardless, I needed to shift it over so that I looked at my evenings and realised, okay, this isn't just my only time to rest, I will still get to rest. I'm not going to be working out all evening. Just get 20 minutes and then you can still rest, you know. I didn't want to take any time away from my rest period. I was so knackered. But you are capable of more than you realise, and to be honest, if you saw my day one, I didn't think I was capable of those 12 miles that day, and I did it. I need to start listening to my own advice. So now I'm out running as often as I can. Whenever I get a moment, I don't think, oh, I need to rest. I think, oh, I need to do what I love, and that is run. Guys, I need to get out of these trees. All the leaves are coming down now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this last mile and I'm just gonna go for it, and I'll see you back home. Oh wow, I am so hot now. That was such a good run. I really enjoyed those 6 miles today. As I said before, I think those 12 miles really did make a difference. I need to include higher distance runs more often because they make 6 miles feel like nothing. It's crazy. If you are going to join me on this journey, please do use the hashtag 12 Days of Runmas if you put it up on Instagram, and I will definitely be having a look at it over the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Monday for day 3. Bye guys.